Good morning, Ali Benjamin here, broadcasting live from the Satya Center, the Ogden Satya Center here, and really happy to be here, to be home. And hey, Carol, there's Carol, nice to see you. And so as you pop on, I'd love it if you would share where you're watching this from, whether you're here with us live on Sunday, the 8th of August, 2021, or whether you're watching this as a replay. I know there are no accidents, so I know that you're here right on purpose. You answered an invitation that your soul put out, a little knocking at the door of your heart to join this Growing Edge live Sunday broadcast. So welcome, so glad that you're here. Namaste. And there's Michael from Citrus Heights, hello, and Carol from Ogden, hello. Where are you watching from? I can see that the internet's a bit unstable, so I'm just going to, okay. All right, so here we are. And today, it's an amazing day. Beautiful temperatures, although we have tons of smoke in the air. I'm sure you do too. So a special prayer and a blessing to all those towns, cities, areas that are experiencing. I trust and know that all beings are safe and protected and supported as they struggle with all the effects of what a wildfire will bring. So hello, there's Natalia, William, Pam, along with Carol. So good to see you. So we're going to get going, and so welcome. I'm Ali Benjamin, and this is Growing Edge Live Sunday broadcast. We broadcast each and every Sunday here on Facebook on my personal page, Allison Benjamin. And we have been broadcasting now for well over 10 years, sometimes in person, and most recently over the last few years here on social media platforms, here on and Instagram at Satya Center, and then on our YouTube channel, Satya Center. So you can watch all of the replays of our Sunday broadcast at our YouTube channel, Satya Center. So welcome. We are all about healing hearts, transforming lives, and supporting you on your conscious evolutionary journey. So peace and blessings and welcome, and here we go.
Free my mind, open my heart with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life. To live a conscious life on the growing edge. On the growing
edge. Yes, here we are on the growing edge. And what that refers to is the growing edge of our own conscious evolution, our own physical evolution. We are empowered beings that have within us everything that is required for us to evolve and to grow and to have a beautiful life, a life that we co-create with God, with Spirit, with the universe. We do this most efficiently and effectively by understanding the laws of spirit, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, the metaphysical laws that allow us to become conscious co-creators. Think thoughts, create things. Think thoughts, create experiences. Show it up in the world as beings of light. And so let's do a light meditation. I'm calling this my illumination blessing and meditation. So if you will, go within, close the outer eyes, and tune in. Tune in to this moment. And as you tune in and you begin to close the door to the past for now, close the door to the future, and simply arrive in the here and now. The here and now is the only point of creation. It's the only experience we've ever really had, is being present in the now moment, engaged, awake, self-aware, peaceful, present, grounded, awake. So as we begin to breathe, breathing is such a gift. And as we breathe, we are interacting with our field, with the life force energy, with physical creation itself. We are in spirit, inspired. Inspiration comes from the word breathing comes from the word to be inspired, to be infused with spirit, to draw in life force energy through our breath. And as we breathe, we animate our bodies, we feed our bodies, we interact with the field. And when we pay particular attention to these more subtle ways that we interact with the world, we become more peaceful, more grounded, and more equipped and able to access our light being, our crystalline being, our true self. So get a sense of that, beyond the physical, beyond the mental, and into the spiritual realm of what's happening now. And gently witnessing, hearing, sensing, tasting, touching, experiencing what it feels like to be a spiritual being having this human experience. Knowing that you've chosen to be here, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So as you breathe and relax the body and anchor yourself onto Mother Earth, into Mother Earth, feeling connected, grounded, centered, and then bringing your awareness up your body and out through your crown chakra, and just imagine yourself connecting with the cosmos, the divine mind, the invisible essence, the spiritual domain. And it's in this place of being centered, holding the tension between being physical and being spiritual, that we open the field today. We jump in together into the next few minutes. We open to being spiritually fed, guided, directed. We know that we are supported by our guides, guardians, and angels. And so I offer you this blessing. May divine light pour through my soul. And as I say these words, visualize light pouring through your soul. Visualize each of these phrases that I share today. Visualize them actually happening in your body, in your environment. May divine light pour through my soul. May divine love flower in my heart. May absolute purity shimmer in my body. May gentle kindness radiate through my words. May clarity illumine my mind. May deep peace and compassionate love flood my life, touching all living beings. May deep peace and compassionate love abound in the world, bringing all beings into perfect union, into perfect light. Breathe it in, exhale, hands on heart, give thanks, and gently open the eyes. Beautiful. Welcome. Welcome to our Growing Edge Live message today. My title today is Peace Presence. Peace Presence. And that little activation, that meditation we just did, that gives you a sense of where I'm headed with this idea of peace presence, being the presence of peace. It's important because when we're in alignment with our natural, peaceful essence, the frequency and vibration, then we're able to access our true self, our divine self, our light body, our crystalline, beautiful, etheric body. And that's important because when we're operating at the frequency of light, of truth, of beauty and love, we are then experiencing this life as we're designed to. Not as we've been conditioned to, but as we've been divinely, spiritually designed to walk this earth path, which is a path of peace. So, Gandhi said, there is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Peace is the way. So we're not moving towards peace that exists in the future. We have to be it first. We have to be it to see it. So we have to understand what it means to be peaceful. Now, we've all grown up. I'm 59 years old. I grew up in the 60s, and it was all about peace, love, and understanding. And at that time, there was such a global peace movement that sort of dwindled in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. And I think it's coming back into popularity. We're understanding through the pandemic, through all of this craziness over the last year or so, we've understood that we need to come together as humanity and create peace on earth. We've seen the division, we've seen the divisiveness, we've seen the separation. And the fact that it's going on out there, and we can point fingers at it, it's those people, it's that group, it's whoever, is a sign that it's going on within the minds and the hearts of humans. Because everything we experience in the outer world is a reflection of what independently experiencing on the inside. So we have to clear up our side of the story and make our lives peaceful. What we think, what we say, and what we Sanskrit word that I absolutely love. Is the cosmic law of not hurting, respect for all living, violence towards others, inflicting no harm on others by thoughts, words, and actions. This is the art and the science of ahimsa, the art and the science of ahimsa. So how do we live ahimsa, this idea of practicing nonviolence, this idea of being a peaceful warrior, peaceful angel on the planet, when all around us is turbulence, all around us are signs that we're not living in a peaceful or a safe place. We are always affected by our environment until we take charge and decide that we have to cultivate within us what we want to see and experience out there. So we have to cultivate this sense of understand what that means on a physical level. We know what war is, we know what someone's in an actual physical fight with someone. That's physical violence. We understand that kind of lower vibrational human activity. We're growing out of the need for that, the need for power, the need for aggression. These things aren't working for us as effectively as they did maybe 200-300 years ago, when that maybe was more appropriate, of warring and conquering and trying to achieve power. We know now because we've evolved. We have greater self-awareness. We understand that what we individually do affects everything else. So we understand that it's ours to cultivate a greater awareness. We need to educate. We need to teach others to practice nonviolence. So not only nonviolence on the physical, but nonviolence on the mental level. So what does that look like? What does nonviolence on the mental level look like? It means that we're not thinking violent, or another way of saying it, harmful thoughts. We're not thinking thoughts that do damage to ourselves or to others or to anything. So it's hard to really consider that we're doing violence against ourselves with our thoughts. But if you have your thoughts over a 24-hour period, I think you would find that the majority of them are more leaning towards the negative than the positive. Mental violence, that's what I'm talking about. We've dipped below the line, so to speak, and we're thinking lower vibrational thoughts about ourselves, about life. That could be fear, agitation, anger, frustration, discontent, disillusionment, any of that, that flavor of thinking, those mindsets, those shadow states. When we're vibrating at that level, we're doing harm because every thought affects us. And if you're a highly sensitive person or an empath, you know what I mean. You feel the environment, you feel the energy of others. And it can be very painful energy. So I'm just pulling up our auric shield for a moment, just establishing in mind that we are safe here, that we're in a safe place, and we commit right now to practicing nonviolence, practicing kind, evolutionary, supportive, creative, loving, kind words and thoughts, because when we do that, we're practicing ahimsa. We're practicing the law of not hurting ourselves, the law of not hurting others. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali wrote this in the first of the yamas. It's an ethical life. It's tongue-tied. This is ahimsa, or nonviolence. This practice applies to all aspects of being, thought, speech, and action. This is a foundational point of departure in cultivating peace in our world. When everything you think, say, or do is rooted in nonviolence, is rooted in peace, then our world becomes a more peaceful place. So we get to live ahimsa. We get to move through our life being the presence of peace. Because we know, as metaphysicians, as new thoughters, when we are coming from a place of peace, then action. It's the law of cause and effect. We are essentially being the cause of peace in the world. And this is a 24/7 activity. We're walking a path of peace. So when we're firmly established in a practice of peace, then everyone around us will begin to match our vibration. Last night I was watching the Dog Whisperer, and that guy, he's a genius with dogs, probably all animals. He talks about establishing the energy. So when he comes into interaction with an aggressive dog or a fearful dog or a confused dog, then he becomes the leader of the pack, and he brings his energy of peace, of strength, of courage, of love, of care, of kindness into that space. And because animals are more receptive to the subtle energies, and we are becoming more and more that way, in tune with our sixth sense. If you're watching this video, if you're here live this morning, you know what I mean. Your intuition is starting to wake up. Why? Because you're giving it attention. So he brings this energy of peace and authority and strength, and then the dogs, we get to do that. We get to establish a place of peace, knowing that every thought we're thinking is that of peace. It's about promoting peace. It's about bringing peace into your life. It's about actually being so self-realized in peace, you don't even think about it. You are the presence of peace. We've seen these amazing beings in the world that are no longer trying to figure things out or answer life's big questions. They're just at peace. We call them awakened beings or yogis or gurus. And when you're in the presence of someone that's awakened, we feel that peace, and we too then can vibrate at that level. Now, it will last for you or for me or for whomever for as long as we allow it, because we as human beings have been conditioned to a place of fear and protection. We don't need to do that anymore. We need to wake up, know that we're safe, know that the most dangerous place there is for us is our own minds. So we cultivate a clean, clear, loving inner environment, our mind, through our meditation, through our study, through our research of what it means to be a peaceful warrior, to be peace presence. And when we're activated into this higher dimension, when we're living above the line, when we are peace warriors, we are bringing peace into time and space through everything we think, everything we say, and everything we do. May everything I think, say, and do harm no one. May my words, may my thoughts, and may my actions inspire and uplift every sentient being. When we are living and moving and being this way, people around us soften. Those that we've had altercations with, disagreements with, those that might have a tendency to be aggressive around us, they will start to either move out of our sphere, or their attitudes and mindsets will begin to change in our presence. Influences the dogs that he works with. He brings that energy. You bring that energy. You walk a path of peace. You are pieces. You are the presence of peace. So when you're activated, when you're reacting to the world, you're interacting with the world in this way, people feel calm and confident around you. And this is what fosters innovative conversations, ideas, activities that uplift, that enliven all of us. So how do we live in peace and harmony? And I'm sure that this is true for you, one of your main goals is probably to help others and have a life of peace and joy and wonder. I'm sure if you're watching that's one of your personal missions too, to bring joy into the world. The one thing that we can do to bring great harmony in our life is every morning we establish, we pay particular attention to the now, call it meditation. We just take maybe 5 minutes and we talk to ourselves. We remind ourselves, we move beyond our conditioned self. So we just allow that busy, reactive self, that maybe immature sense of self to just quiet. And we simply, I know who I am in truth. I am a spiritual being. I am pure. This dimension of my being has never been hurt, sad, aggressive, fearful, in denial. This part of me, this aspect of me is awake. I know who I am in truth. I know that I am more than what I am in truth. So what are you in truth? You are a human being. You're a body and you're a mind. And you are the spiritual, the who. So you're the spiritual, the who, but you're the what. You're the body, you're the mind. And so as we begin to differentiate between who we are and what we are, and we begin to make friends with that, we bring that into coherence. So our spiritual essence is now fully activated in our body and in our mind. Yet don't have a disharmony between our spiritual self and our physical self. We start to love and accept our physical selves. We start to be very compassionate. Like my blessing said at the beginning, may deep peace and compassionate love flood my life. May deep peace and compassionate love abound in the world. We activate this awareness that we have compassion for ourselves. We know that we're growing. We know that we're evolving. We know that we're moving out of reacting out of aggression, reacting out of fear. We know that we come into this world to serve. We come into this world to offer light. We come into this world to bring our own unique, beautiful energy, light and essence and joy and beauty into the world. This is what we're here for. So we know that when we come into this place of peace with how we show up in the world, we're not annoyed with ourselves. We're not frustrated with what we're doing or not doing. We don't have a sense that we're not good enough. We've moved beyond this place of being disappointed that we haven't lived up to someone else's expectations. We're completely settled in who we are and what we do, day by day action, that we find peace, accepting ourselves. Like Byron Katie talks about only 100% of the time. This is what she's talking about. We come into a sense of peace with how we interact with the world. So we create this amazing energy and vibration of peace, which then affects everything else. So that's my download for today. I hope that that's been helpful. I would love it if you would post a comment about how these words have affected you, any ahas, epiphanies, and participate in the chat below. If you've enjoyed this message and you'd like to support the Growing Edge Ministry, you can go to Venmo and donate your love by means of your funds to Satya Center. And you can go to our website, which is growingedgelive.com, and you can get more information about who we are and how we might serve you. We've got spiritual living practitioners that are coaches and allies for you on your spiritual path as you're moving through the conditioning and the conditioned self and waking up to your true spiritual essence. We'd love to work with you, and namaste and peace and blessings to you wherever you are. Let's close with an activation, closing the outer eyes now. And breathing, divine light pours through my soul, divine light flowers in my heart, absolute purity shimmers in my body, gentle kindness radiates through my words, clarity illumines my mind, deep peace and compassionate love flood my life, touching all sentient love abound in the world, bringing all beings together in perfect union. Divine light pours through our souls. Get a sense of that now. Divine light flowers in our hearts. Just see every sentient being across the globe with this beautiful flowering inside the heart, softening, opening the heart chakra, aligning ourselves with one another in the purity of love. Absolute purity shimmers in our bodies. Just get a sense that every cell now is waking up, is activated, alive, tuned in, working in perfect harmony, cell to cell, subatomic particle to subatomic particle. Everything is vibrating at a place of peace. Gentle kindness radiates through our words. Clarity illumines our minds. And listen and repeat. Deep peace and compassionate love flood our lives. deep peace and compassionate love abound in the world. Just get a sense that we are touching everyone that we meet, and get a sense that we are elevating the vibration on the planet to this place of light and peace and love and joy. So peace and blessings to all living beings. May we all be free from pain and suffering. May we all be strong, harmonious, and peaceful. And may we all experience peace and ease and joy and light, now and always and always. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.